Yeah, I really don't believe that dog for 1 minute. She's doing it because she hears Eric is up. But go ahead. You're fine.
Yeah. Oh my God, look at all the chemtrails out today.
Wonderful. Well, I reckon now I've got to pause this because she's taking the little doggy out, and that means Henry wants to go out. Henry has to get on his harness. It's a big production. But he, sometimes in the morning early when it's cold, I can hold him, but this time of day, he's got to put on his harness, and he knows that, and he's real good about it, and he knows he gets kitty treats when he comes in. So, good times. You know, and then by the time winter's over, he'll be terrified to go out. They all do it. Okay, so, I'm going to redo the beak. What I'm going to do is put 12 single crochets in my magic circle. You know how to do that. You don't need me to do it on camera. We're basically, this thing right here, we're going to remake this into the beak. And because we're going to use one color, it's going to be a lot easier. And it's going to be a lot more fun. Because this is actually something that can be really fun. And if you use finer yarn, you can put more stitches in. And by being able to put more stitches in, it makes it more artistic looking versus a detailed kid's play toy. So the beak won't necessarily match the duck's body because we use the thick yarn. But it's gonna look like an upper class kid's stuffed toy, if that makes sense. What I did too off camera, and I'm going to show you this real quick. Okay, so we got the duck. Remember the duck from, or I say duck now because of the foot. Yay! Yachty wants to go too, so does Henry. So we got the chicken.
Yachty.
Oh my God, that was too funny. You gonna take them all out, Amanda? You're mighty energetic today. Oh God.
Yachty.
You know the sad thing? I can hear the southern in my voice.
Can you not?
Seeing Yachty's not moving yet. Would you put Henry's harness on him? And okay, let me finish my train of thought here. What I thought looked like a cute chicken foot when I made it and attached it made the chicken look like a duck. Or some weird sea creature. You can make a duck-billed platypus with this foot. We should put a, I'm sorry. He's trying to help you so much. Oh, I can catch you. There you are. Okay, so we could put pipe cleaners in it, and I'm sorry. Let's zoom. All this craft mess is insane.
Henry.
As you can see, we're in the middle of like 3 projects, plus I still have the stuff from what's left of the washroom flood. And then everything moved this way for the Christmas tree. So this room, this is why back in those old homes, this is why the dining rooms were in dining rooms, because families never used the formal dining room, and it became the freaking catch-all. So anyway, there's a lot you can do at this point if you want to do any more of the, I don't know how to say the word, the amigurumi, or if you put pipe cleaners in there, you could bend it, or it could just be a floppy little thing. There's just so many tricks or hacks you could do at this point, but I think this is a lot cuter of a chicken or anything. I mean, like that, if you see it like that, okay, I'm not thinking swan, I'm thinking bring it in like that, and then do another piece of the body and do like a one head, and then you could pull two bodies off of it and make a dragon, or you know, some sort of science fiction creature, known or unknown. There's a lot of possibilities that can be done with just this core, and this is a good core. So you need to probably take the other videos and write down the steps we took to make this body, and then that will be your base for a lot of things in the future. You don't think it's important now, you don't think you can do it, but in another year or two, you make a lot of really cute stuff. I love some of the things you do, and I stop and I make them, and I'm like, oh my god, that was so fun. And that's one thing where I get discouraged, is because I try these patterns and it's not fun. It's not fun to use somebody else's pattern. So what I do is I follow their pattern, but if I get sidetracked, like, you know, I've got a husband, I've got 2 kids, I work. Well, not right now because, you know, I'm furloughed, but on a typical day, that's what I do. And I've got to cook, I've got to clean, I've got to. So my time to myself literally becomes my time to sleep, or shower, or eat, you know. So I have very poor time management when I'm work. That's why I need to be a millionaire, win the lottery, or somebody just say, oh, I love you, Jen, here's, you know, you're in my will, and here's a whole shit ton of money, and then I would take care of me and my family, blah, blah, blah. I take care of me and my family. I would take care of it where I could be home and manage it versus work and manage it. And if I did that, I can do things like this full time. And I think there's a market for it. There really is. You look at the YouTube videos, people are doing it, but what they're doing is true to form. And when you do true to form, it's not art, because art is like our life. It's the mistakes that make it memorable. Like, okay, say if we just go with this one, and I'm not sure how yours looks, but I'm sure you're looking at yours going, I really don't like that. Like this right here, where I did this the triples. I don't like the way it looks on the doll, but I know, okay, we're going to do the beak a different way. We're going to do the beak ensemble. So that's going to be we're going to do it on the thing. But because I have this one and messed up, I can decide, where do I like the beak best? Do I want it right here on the end? No, I don't, because it's going to look like a chicken. But if I do it where I do part of the beak up here, and then here just like slip stitch, and then repeat what I do up here down here, then it will look like the chicken has its mouth open. And to do that, you are going to work. I'm going to turn the flash on real quick, because I want you to see what you're going to do. You're going to find this is your center, okay? And then you're going to go around your row. And where your row meets, right here, this center. You're going to find this center, and these two right here, this is where you're going to work. And it's going to be kind of like making a shower loofah. If you've ever made one of those where you put 10 double crochets in one stitch. Okay, and that's basically what we're going to do. We're going to pick up on the side here. In this first stitch, we're going to put 10 double crochets. In the second stitch, it's going to be a little bit off to the side. We're going to do 10 double crochets. And then, because we're going to, you know, join and do one single here, when we get on this other side, we're going to end it with a single, and then we're going to come down here, and we're going to do a single, and then we're going to do the same thing, 10 in that stitch, 10 in that stitch, and a single. And that should be our complete circle. So when we come around over here on the beak, we're going to start doing doubles and triples. We're never going to go wider. That's going to be our widest. And at one point we'll do our decreases, and then another point we'll do our decreases to get to the point, the end, the point of the beak. And that's where you'll snip off, and then you'll have to rejoin, or you could slip stitch down it and then stitch back around and do that. But if you do that, to keep in balance, you're going to have to slip stitch back to this part of the top beak. And that's what I'm gonna do when I do mine, but it's perfectly okay to snip it off. And if you snip it off, I'll show you how, when I get to that point to join it, I'll be like, okay, this is where you would join it, and then work the same thing back that way, blah blah blah. So anyway, I hope I remember all that. Oh my gosh, that was complicated. I should have just done it. But anyway, you guys sneak peek of what's to come, and I'm going to take, son of a dog snot. Here it is. So, remember yesterday I couldn't find my handy dandy to measure the rectangle on, which I should go back to doing the rectangle, because that's what you wanted. You didn't want this. But, see, wait, there's more. I should have been the ShamWow man. Okay, so I'm going to basically repeat what we did here, but I'm going to start it actually on the doll itself, on the chicken. I call it a doll because it's a... And what I did was, we had started this magic's ring, and I said you're going to cast on 6 there, and then 12. But what we're going to do, you are using this ideology, but we're doing it on the doll in an existing stitch that is bigger. So that's why you're doing the 10, or how, if we do 10 doubles and it doesn't look quite right to me, then I might do 12 doubles. So what I'll do is I'll get it set up, and I'll show you where we're working, and then, whatever. So I'm going to pause this real quick while I set it up, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here we are. I took the thing that sparked my imagination right off the bottom, so we're going to put the little Madonna boobs down here like we were originally going to do, and it's going to look like a chicken and not a duck. Quack, 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 quack. Or no, Blind Ambition Tour. No, there's Blind Ambition Tour stuffed. It's the Blind Ambition Tour. Okay. So, that's like, sounds like Alex is going to go make a poor choice, huh? Okay, so I'm not going to worry about the tail. Typically, I would pull it up, or I do it. So I've got the top of the first one. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go... two. I'm using a 5mm hook. This is a bamboo yarn. The yellow and the blue are bamboos. It's about maybe a 2-weight. It's... What I don't like about it is it says to use a 6, a 5.5, and a 6. I really think they're too big. So in the first one, remember, we've got to get we're gonna go for 10 and look and see what it looks like. Man, alright, don't let me show you anything. Apparently I'm the dipshit in the room. Really? Really? Are you fucking kidding me? Digit, you just went out. Okay, let me pause this and untangle it and unbe. If you've never done that, what I did was I dropped my thread and I didn't pay attention when I picked it up, and I stitched the tail instead of the thread, and now I've got to undo it. That's the sucky thing about working with a long tail, is you got to pay attention until it's out of the way. But, you know, whatever. There I am. Alright, just on this. So, good thing it happened at the beginning, you just snip it off. Or I am. You probably didn't make that mistake. You're probably way too cool for that. Whatever. Okay. No, I can't unsee it as a dog. Oh my god. Typically I do my slip knot, little square knot there with my hook, but I find with the camera I can't. So let me turn this flash off. Okay, what did I do? Okay, yeah, slip knot. I was distracted by Alex Karev's drama. Okay, so just remember too what direction you're working. I'm working on the top right. If I'm looking at it, if it would be the duck's top left of the duck's beak if he's looking down his face. So, this is where we had the stitch marker. It's the first one of what we had decided was the absolute center. Okay, so we got our first single. And I'm going to add one to, you cast on and you add it. And I'm going to crochet over that for a second so I don't do that again. Doesn't matter how we do that one. So I'm going to put 10 doubles right here. Okay, so there's 10 there. Then we got to get over here to this one. And you want all 3 pieces of it. I'm going to now ditch that one because I'm over being a dumbass. So I'm going to get in there. There's 1. And then I'm going to put 9 more in there. So let's go ahead and do that and see what it looks like. Unfortunately, it'll probably look like lips. We can straighten that out on the next row. Okay. So you see what I did there? It's gonna look, you just gotta shape it because we haven't blocked or anything like you would on certain projects. You know, these might be looser here and these tighter, but sometimes you can pull these guys and shape it. And then when you do your next row, we'll do an increase like right about here. So let me take, you know, I swear to God sometimes. So, fun hack. You don't have a stitch marker, you can do something like this. Because we're going to be working in the round. We're going to start over, you know, right here. We'll slip stitch. We'll end in a single and then slip. And then come up. Because we don't want this to go any further out. It'll be slip, 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 slip. Until we get to here. No, we'll do it here. Because the chicken has a more pointed beak, not rounded. So we're going to just do 2 increases here. But when we do them, they're going to be... And that's the advantage of being creative about your stitch markers. So, let's do this. Doohickey like this so we don't forget. We get to this and we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to hit this and be like, oh wait, when I normally do a stitch marker there, I go and just slip it through, you know. But I stitched up, so I'm going to hit it, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, brain fart, what was I doing? Oh yes, indeedy. So anyway, you go, yeah, total Jim Carrey voice, right? Whatever. It wasn't, it was poor. That was the ideology though. So here, you know, you're going to slip, 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 and you're going to hit here, and it's going to be a triple. And you're going to balance that by doing the same thing on this side on row 2. That's like foreshadowing what's going to happen or what should happen if I don't have to go 800 million directions, because, you know, I'm making it up as I go. And okay, so the next thing we're going to do is in the next stitch, because we're working this way. It's this one. So in this stitch, I'm going to do, no, I'm not going to do a half double. I'm going to, yeah, I'll do half double. There's not row. Okay. I'm going to do a single. And then I'm going to balance that on the other side with a single. No, wait a minute. Let me look. No, because now I want to work this way. So that's my single. So I'm going to change direction. I'm going to pick it up. This is the top of this one. So I'm going to pick it up here. But I'm going to grab all 3 pieces. Okay. And that's important for you to see is you have to figure out how you're going to balance it, and that's what I did. Was I found the top of this stitch, it went that way, so there's my single. So then I'm going to get right here, right on top of this stitch. I'm going to put my 10 doubles. Amanda. Okay, all I did off camera was I had to walk the dog, or my daughter walked her, and then I walked her a little bit. My daughter got something on my husband's car. And then I picked this back up and I said, okay, so I went over to the next stitch and I did 1. Remember, we're going to do 2. But I want to mark that for a second. I want to pull that up so I don't lose it. This stitch right here will balance that stitch. So when we do this increase, we're going to slip, slip, slip. And at this stitch is where we're going to pick up the triple. So again, just to remind us, because, you know, to remind me. So it's going to be 1, well, you'll be slip, and then 1, 2, 3. Right, okay. So we're going to go back to where we eke this big old piece up, and we've got 2. And see, with the bigger one too, I'm holding my thumb on that and keeping that myself and reminding myself, like when I was working here, by keeping that big one, my thumb resting on it as I pivoted, I knew not to go here, but to come here. So it's really, at this point, you can take it out if you want. I'm leaving it there just for a sight visual right here. So anyway, that's what's going on with that. Because if it's annoying you, you don't need it at this point. You can just go ahead and take it out. I'm surprised you didn't put it over ice.
Yeah, I didn't want to mess around with the ice thing. My hands got too cold.
Oh, because they were in the car. Oh my gosh, give me one of them. Please?
Yeah.
Duh.
And like, here you
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, I was counting and talking, and reaching was just
go. You're fine.
Alright, not as cold as I was thinking it was going to be. Amanda, did you get that split up?
I did.
Okay.
Sorry.
You got yours already then?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Let me see. It's breakfast. Too late, sir. Alright, so that's the half and the quarter. I'll take this little piece. Breakfast of champions, right? Oh, that's it was something that I hate it. I think I left my camera on too. Oh well. I used to get these from Schwann's. And And pause this. Okay. So, here we go. Now, what I did was, I had luck. So, I kept this on my center, but here's one. You've got a chain. Here's two, you got a chain. So 3, you have to have a chain. Even though visually it looks like we will go here, we don't. We actually have to go up here. So I'm going up here, grabbing the straggler, and these two, and I think it's part of one stitch and part of another stitch is what I've got. I don't know my stitch stretched, so I'm not used to using that big of a hook, and then we did a single. So on the other side of that, we do the other single. Bottom, top, or whatever. And we're going to come back over here. We're going to grab the... Who fell? Oh, shit. She's pregnant, right? Right?
What?
Did the person keep going that ran into her?
No, nobody ran into her. She slipped.
Okay. Actually, I don't want to slip there. Just quit putting that cold nose on my leg. I'm wearing shorts, dog. Your nose is like 19 degrees. I'm going to slip in here. So these were doubles. So you got, we had chain 4, remember? So I'm going to grab it right here, right under those two. I'm going to grab, that's where I'm going to slip. I don't know why you hate me, Addie. So. Slip. Slip. Hate working with slip stitches. Slip. And it's not this row I hate. If you don't, that's, I keep pulling it up just so you see me. Turn it. Okay, so if you don't pull it up, you can't have enough slack to grab it when you come back around, because when you come back around, you're going to have to grab it by this top loop. See where I'm pointing? The top loops are what you're going to grab when you come back around. So when I slip in, you got to keep some tension because you need it to look neat. But it's going to be like a relaxed tension. You grab it, and then you pull it because you want your loops to come up loosely. See, I want to do a single, but you can't. So then you grab it and pull it through. You need to pull it again. And I'm rolling it kind of so I pull from the back side, not so I pull from what's here. And then you just take your fingernail or whatever, you brace it on the back side and fingernail and roll it up. Because it's supposed to fall on top. I hate doing slip stitches. But anyway, that's why sometimes when you work with a slip stitch too, people say slip stitch, and so you slip stitch, and it's a tight stitch. That's a hack for working with them, is just, you know, getting your nice loose. And it's pretty. I just don't want it. Okay, so I've slipped all the way over to where our marker is. And, oh my gosh, I don't normally do my marker. Okay, I know what's up. So, because it was just a scrap. I pulled it out of that beak I shot, whatever that head stuff is on the rooster. That trial, so it's just a scrap yarn. I'm so sorry. I had to have that soda and now it's making me burp. At least it wasn't a barroom belch. So you slip it in. Okay, so now you're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I'm not gonna increase on that one. So you go back in that one. I'm doing it in the top. I love this song. Oh my gosh. And 2 wraps. That's just a damage in the yarn. You know, I'm working out of the scrap bag. Don't worry about mine. You worry about yours. Oh, did they do a flash mob? Who proposed? Oh my gosh, Kesner?
I think he is. I think he is.
Oh my god, I hate that relationship. Who wouldn't want something like that? Okay, so that's adorable. Okay, so and that's all you're gonna do is you're gonna just slip all the way back over there and you're gonna repeat it over there. So and I don't even think we're gonna have to go a second round. I think this is gonna be completely acceptable. Or you know what, maybe we could do one more round. I'm gonna show you. We'll put a cute little finishing stitch on it like you would oh, he did propose? She's crying. You okay, Amanda? Oh, Henry, no, you're not allowed to drive. You're too young. But you's a good friend. Oh, Henry. Oh, where's he go? Oh, I can't see him anywhere. Oh, dearie. Oh. Bye-bye, Keys. Bye, Henry. You're going to run away from home. Are you going to college? It's alright. He's fine. If he steals my credit card out of the wallet, he took my keys and wallet. He's identity theft and grand theft auto.
Wow, Henry. He's definitely.
You really never gave him that dog treat, did you? So he sat out here crying. I brought him out and I brought him in. And he was crying, so I gave him a cat treat. And he sniffed it and he just started crying. So it was process of deduction. I tried everything in there. So this is the same as the other. Just pull this out, however. Throw it over in your scrap pile. Gonna slip in here. Crochet up 3. That's our stitch. And then we're gonna, remember, that's not our increase. That's just where we're, so in here is going to be your increase. balance. You're going to do 2 in the next one. Okay, so now this is gonna be fun. You want it to, I mean, kind of whatever. Not what I was thinking it was gonna do, but it's what we got. Let's take it out, or so what I'm going to do is not take it out, because I've got this really nice decorative edge now. See, it's very pretty. We are going to come in here like you're doing a front post. We're going to front post single crochet.
What do you say? Heard that? I did. Do you think it's okay to blackmail people, Corbin? It wasn't. It was just a threat. You're threatening him. What are you thinking? A bunch of people got hurt here. I didn't see the point anymore. I mean, the guy's not pressing charges. I'll see what all works out. You feel good about that? Because you shouldn't.
3 singles. I'm gonna do, that was 3 singles, I'm gonna do 2 half doubles. Let's take a look at it. I guess I'm gonna do 2 more, 1 more, 2 more, I don't know. Can you turn that up now? I'm going to switch back to the single. So this is interesting because I don't have a... So if you follow... But okay, so I was gonna do 4 because it'd be 3 and then 1, but I'm not. I'm gonna just do 3, and I'm gonna skip on over here. I'm gonna do. Wait a minute. Back it up a second, Jen. Back it up. Back it up. Okay, because it's a point and I want to roll it.
Rose good. He's talking.
I'm going to go through.
He's fine.
Oh, what's the big noise over there? It sounded like, oh no. Oh, we got big, oh no, the big ferocious dog is getting attacked. Oh dear sweet Jesus, what do we do? Oh my goodness, I know, it's just awful. You gotta go home and tell your daddy.
Okay, so we're back here, and
Brooks, thanks. You stepped up when I needed it today. I'm proud of
first one is a single,
you. Give it up. Slam a jam. Stay with me.
and then the next one is a half a double,
With me, Ross. God, there's more. Dinner's not coming, right? What's that, storm? No, April. I was sure someone would let it slip. But, have you seen Dr. Hunt? No, what's up? Nothing. Did you tell him thanks, though? I had him keep April. His surgery's all day. This was kind of my only shot at this. Didn't want to miss it. No, you didn't. Congratulations. Both of you. Thanks. Still late? Yes, ma'am. Oh, it's transferring Paul Dawson's kid over to Seattle Press. How's all? I don't know. I woke the guy up. That's all he's been wanting me to do. But now he just seems more disappointed with me. And I know he's a compulsive kid.
You know, Owen was talking about taking the kid himself.
Taking him. What, like adopting him?
Or fostering. He asked me about it. He seemed ready to do it.
Okay, when am I supposed to do that? What am I supposed to do?
I don't think there's anything you can do. I don't think it's about you.
You guys have backup generators, right? Yeah, of course we do.
No.
This really has been a lot of fun. Sort of. Sorry.
Me too. I'm sorry it's over.
All right, well, then you'll just have me back at some point. That would be really great.
so I did a slip. Did a slip on a front post, and then I did a single because we had joined on the other side. Who kissed who?
Oh. Arizona's kissing the new doctor.
I can't.
We do our very best.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Arizona.
You are allowed to lose a little bit of control.
But sometimes it's just not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
We buckle our seatbelts. We wear a helmet. We stick to the lighted paths.
What the hell happened?
The power went out a half
No,
hour.
you. What were you thinking? Peckwell could have died.
Is he?
No, he's fine. And you're lucky he's not pressing charges, but you are an idiot. You get that you could have gone to jail, right? You say that you worked so hard to change, to become this new person, but then you do this? You don't want to be a lowlife anymore. You gotta grow up and stop acting like
No,
one.
you grow up! Not everyone's like you, Alex. People are horrible. And the last time someone grabbed me like Jason did, I promised no one would ever do that again. So I am sorry, but not everyone's like you. Not everyone's good. We try to be safe. And now you think I'm horrible too.
You guys got to him first. I probably would have killed the guy.
Why? Why would you do that for me?
Shut up. Why wouldn't I?
We try so hard to protect ourselves, but it doesn't make a damn difference.
Oh my god.
Because when the bad things come, they come out of nowhere.
Storm is here. It's officially here. The daycare center said they're going to be open for 24 hours, so keeping Sophia in there. We're not leaving. Are you guys leaving?
I don't know.
Where the hell is Arizona?
We're gonna stay right now.
Yes, we're gonna stay.
If we get trapped at the house, you know we're leaving.
No, we're staying because they need surgeons.
You need to take it easy.
I'm just gonna work until the bad things come suddenly, with no warning. But we forget.
Okay.
Yeah, that sometimes.
Yeah. My water just broke.
What? Okay.
Okay.
That's how the good things come too.
Perfect timing, right? Well, how far along is she?
I think she's about like late in 8 months, maybe 9 months.
Because I think she worked through. Because remember when she's in bed and all that? I think in real life she was pregnant.
She needed her gallbladder.
When she got grounded to bed rest and that one. I think in real life she was pregnant, but on the show I don't think she was.
Everything that could have gone wrong
I don't know. I don't remember.
did go wrong. Surgeons have a name for it. We call it a perfect storm. Funny. Never thought it would happen to me.
Oh God.
So they're moving you and your dad to a safer hospital now, okay, buddy?
Can't you come too?
They need me here, okay? Hang on a minute. Assuming you're back down. Hey, we'll always allow once you're inside, and then it's just time, okay?
I think Meredith should just fucking give up.
I don't know how you can even pretend this isn't an issue.
Because it's not.
Were you even going to tell me you wanted to adopt him?
That didn't happen,
But
so...
you wanted to. Owen, you want kids.
This is about one kid. This kid
Okay,
here.
the fact that you are lying to yourself doesn't make me feel better about you lying to me.
I think this is really good.
I don't think you're going to look at me one day and only see the things I couldn't give you.
God, has it ever occurred to you I might know my own mind better than you?
Okay, well.
God.
Meat.
But anyway, that's our chicken so far. So, now we need to figure where to put this guy. And I would say back. Like that. Because I'm going to have to stop this and make another eye. So I'm going to, oh my god, look at that. That is going to be an adorable freaking chicken. Okay, so that's going to be done. So I'm going to make another eye. I'm going to start the next video on darning this, because what we don't want is the stuffing to have an opportunity to escape. So we're going to darn right here and under here, and that's how I'll start the next video, maybe. I don't know. I've got... Okay, there it is. So, Jesus, criminy. Okay, and I'm also gonna rifle through some of this craft pile. I'm gonna look for some wire, like I might even look in the bread basket. Like you need a wire, like a bread wire, and we're gonna form it with a bread wire, and that's gonna be a lot easier and more time consuming than stitching it together and actually forming it. So we're gonna just run a bread wire up, twist the beacon. You know, any kind of craft wire will work too, but it's probably going to be like a while because I've got another eye to do and I've got a disaster in here and it's really driving me crazy. And you're probably not actually going to make one of these until, you know, it starts getting colder. So help me to remember, which I'll do it, but just help me remember to finish like next week or something. All right, bye.